And that's kind of my whole flip, is that it doesn't matter how much you're making. How about how much you've lost? And this goes down to raw numbers. Whenever I ask a business person how many leads you get a month, they always say a number like 100 or 10 or 50. And I say, of those, how many do you convert? And no one ever says any more than 10, 20, 30%. And they might say, so one guy might say, I got 100 leads. I got a consulting client last week. He sells like farming equipment. And I said, well, how many opportunities you guys get a month? He goes, 15. I go, okay. And how many do you normally convert to a client? He goes, 3 to 4. I said, well, what happened to the other 10? He said, well, some weren't qualified. Let's take the unqualified ones out. How many we left? I said, maybe 5. I said, what happened to those 5? And he's kind of like, what? He didn't know what to say. I said, it should be 100%. He's like, what? Every single person that's qualified, who's a qualified buyer, should be buying. If they're not, you screwed it up. It's not your product. You're the problem in the middle of the whole thing. And I spent a whole hour chopping my guy up in pieces, and he left totally just blown. His brain was blown, like I normally do with somebody. I'm like, man, you are the one in the way of the sale, because you're the one who's selling your product. They don't care about your product. All they're asking themselves is, do I trust this guy? Do I trust this guy? Do I trust this guy? And here you are trying to be compliant, conducive, like your McDonald's taking a hamburger order, like serving him information. I'm like, it's the last thing he wants.